That Saturday, I picked up the phone call, and they were like, "Sam, we gotta let you know, our mortgage didn't get approved." So I have a lot of investor clients that are purchasing. These guys want to close fast,
Yeah.
and they're pretty much getting every single offer accepted, simply because they're sending these offers in with 30-day closings. The best time to buy real estate was 10 years ago. If you're going to sell pre-construction, make sure the people that you're around, the people that you're asking questions to, are selling pre-construction actively. If you qualify and you're getting a really good deal, just buy it and hold it. Buy it and hold it, because it will come back up. It will bounce.
Welcome to the Lending Pulse. Today we're talking boots on the ground real estate with Sam Vohra, a dedicated sales representative at Remax Millennium. Known for guiding everyone from first-time buyers to luxury investors across the GTA. Sam brings multilingual service, client-first values, and 5 intense years of deal-making experience. Let's dive in. Sam, how you doing?
Thank you for having me on your podcast, Ruth. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Good. Sam, tell me, what initially drew you to real estate and what made you commit to it full time?
What drew me to real estate? Okay, so I come from a family of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
My dad's been in the clothing industry for years. My mom provides financial services. She also does mortgages. So I've kind of just always had that in me.
Yeah.
Also,
It's in your blood.
Yeah, and I went to school for accounting and finance. So what's the better path than real estate?
Yeah. No, having that accounting and financing background really helps you service those clients differently, right?
Yeah.
So 5 years in, what early decisions accelerated your growth the most?
For me, honestly, when I started off, I kind of just wanted to help people get in a better financial situation. There was a lot of people that couldn't afford the houses they were in because people in the industry had sold them dreams.
Yeah.
And not everyone is able to afford what they've actually purchased, right? And a lot of people purchase at the peak of the market. The time when I entered real estate, the market was at it was at a point where people had already been purchasing real estate for more than what it was worth, in my opinion. Right?
Yeah.
So I helped a lot of people get out of their sticky situations, and just make people's life a lot easier, more comfortable.
Yeah. You speak a couple of different languages, don't you?
I do.
What languages do you speak?
Well, I speak English.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
of course, right?
Yeah, sometimes. I try my best. Right? I speak Punjabi.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
speak Hindi.
Awesome.
And Hindi and I guess Urdu are kind of
Okay.
pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
So I would say 4 languages.
4 languages. Okay.
I can swear in all of them, though.
Right. That's I think that's the most important thing to learn first, right? Does it shape the way that you retain clients speaking multiple languages?
So I think it kind of depends on what kind of area you're targeting.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, let's kind of, just discuss the elephant in the room. Brampton, for example.
Yeah.
Having that Punjabi background where you can speak Punjabi and Hindi really is an asset, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of the listing agents in this area kind of,
Avoid that.
I don't know if they avoid it, but
Yeah.
I feel like it just makes more sense because they're actually, believe it or not, they're actually more comfortable talking in their mother tongue than they are in English.
So you're gonna get more friendly client. You're gonna get more open client, right?
Well, I don't know about the client part of it, but
Yeah.
like dealing with listing agents, for example, or
it's dealing with the agents
exactly
in their language.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it's like for me, even when
Yeah.
I've had listings in Brampton,
Yeah.
and like they'll look at your name, they'll call you, and they don't even talk in English. They just straight up pick up the phone and they're just like, like going right at it. So I think it's definitely an asset.
I think it's the same thing too, right? Like, but I feel that, we have some agents that tapped into different markets. Like I know this one agent personally, like he's an Indian guy. He's tapped into the Chinese market.
That's solid.
Right. And I don't know how he does it, but even they barely speak English, but he's able to do those transactions. Right. So, speaking multiple languages can really be helpful. Even if you speak a different language that's not native to your own language.
Yeah. 100%.
So why did you choose Remax Millennium over the other brokerages when you started?
So my answer here is probably going to be very different from the rest of the agents that you've interviewed. I've known Ron for years.
Yeah.
Obviously grew up with him, and he's been very good family friends. And when he started Remax Millennium, I don't think I was licensed at the time. I think I was in the process of getting my license.
Yeah.
But I remember the day I had got my license, it was kind of like one of those things where I could just pick to go wherever. I'm a brand new agent, so I want to go to the brokerage that has the most support.
Yeah.
The brokerage that's going to actually help me stand on my own 2 feet, teach me how to do deals, how to cater customers and clients. And at that time, and even now, I think Remax Millennium was pretty much the best bet, and that's why I'm here. And I've been here.
Yeah, no, that's
It's been
awesome.
5 years now, I think, yeah.
It's good you got mentorship, right?
Yeah.
That's what I tell a lot of the new agents too, is like when you first start off,
Yeah.
find a good mentor,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
You need somebody to show you the ropes. When you finish school, it's like you forget everything that you learned, right?
Yeah,
like, and then it feels like you're kind of starting off fresh again, right? So good mentorship is going to really give you success. So Sam, in today's complex market, what's one mistake commonly made when analyzing comparable properties or completing a CMA? And how would you fix it?
Okay, I think when comparing two properties, it's very important to compare two properties that are relatively the same. Everyone knows that no two properties are the same out there.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of important to group everything together and make sure that you guys are weighing apple to apple versus apple to orange.
So do you adjust for things like a pool or upgraded garage?
I think that kind of stuff, it depends on the area. If you're the only one in that area with a swimming pool, I don't consider it an upgrade. Simply because you don't have a target market that's looking for that.
Do you think having a pool gives more value to your home?
I think it depends on what kind of buyer you have and who you're catering to. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you're catering to someone with, a retired couple, for example. Like, the likeliness of them using that pool is, very slim.
It limits the amount of buyers that you're
exactly
able to have.
Exactly. And
if they have small kids, right? Like
that too. But then some of the properties you see, they have like a small backyard, and 90% of the backyard is a swimming pool. It's like, that in my opinion is not really an asset. It's more of a liability to have.
Plus, it's maintenance. It's extra cost.
Yeah, it comes down to personal preference, in my opinion.
If you only use the pool like 5 times a year and you're paying an arm and a leg for it, it can be a different thing. So, how would you structure a winning offer today?
I think the kind of market that we're in today, a lot of people are in a lot of stress, in my opinion. Just the way the interest rates are. People purchased, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Their mortgages are for renewal now. Yeah. Their mortgage payments have gone significantly higher. So a lot of people that are selling kind of want to get out of their property right away. Yeah. Okay. So I think a winning offer is something that's actually closing in a timely manner. You know what I mean? Like, people don't really want long closing. Right. Like, I'm seeing, to be honest, for my clients, I have a lot of investor clients that are purchasing. These guys want to close fast. Yeah. And they're pretty much getting every single offer accepted simply because they're sending these offers in with 30-day closings, right? Right. So in my opinion, that's
30-day close, because to do a 30-day closing, you got to be ready to go with the financing.
100%. Right. Yeah, it's very important to have solid mortgage backing. Have a solid mortgage advisor that has your and your client's back. They're gonna 100% close.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, like, you have two offers. One, they're both the same price, but one's closing in 30 days, right? So that's the more attractive offer, right?
It's a no-brainer, yeah.
Yeah. 100%. I think having your mortgage taken care of, being ready to go with your transaction, doing a quick closing, and just waiving that financing condition entirely off the agreement of purchase and sale.
I think, okay, so yeah, the financing condition, you can kind of waive that just by having a sit down with the broker beforehand. You know what I mean? Just know exactly what you qualify for, exactly, how much your monthly payments are going to be. Yeah. Then go out to look for a property. You're ready to buy it. You're good to go. You don't have to wait the 60, 90 days. Right?
So when a seasoned investor calls you, what key checkpoints do you walk them through before home shopping?
So key checkpoints for me is pretty much the area they want to be in. Yeah. The budget they have in mind and what kind of property they're looking for, whether that be freehold, a condo, or maybe a duplex, triplex, multiplex, whatever they're looking for. Because investors, they're very picky nowadays. They don't just want to go anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, how do you justify the cash flow on these properties, right? Like, people are investing, the market took a hit, a little bit of a hit, which we were going to see anyway, right? Everybody needed a housing correction anyway, right? But I have people that are frightened about the market. They're like, okay, should I go and pick up another condo? Should I go and is it a good investment right now? How do you kind of answer some of those questions?
I think it's one of those situations where it's going to sound like what every other agent says out there right now, but it's just becomes a waiting game.
A waiting game. Yeah.
You buy. It's going to eventually go up.
Right.
It all depends on these interest rates, right?
Because today's market is not 10 years ago. And 10
It
years ago is not 20 years ago.
I'm sure you were the best time to buy real estate was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
And that saying has been going on for
100 years.
Yeah, so that gives you your answer right there, right?
Right. So, think about the long term, right? But it's also a little bit tough too, because you have properties like the rental rates are not equivalent to the mortgages.
They're
right?
not. No, they're not.
So even if you pick up a property, it's like, okay, you rent it out to, and you're still paying for it's a negative cash flow, right? It's a little tough pill to swallow.
Okay, but what if you're holding that property for, let's say, 2 years, and the rates go down, property values go up in that area, right?
Yeah.
You now have that positive equity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of balances off, in my opinion.
But that's if you're holding the property, right? Like,
but if you're an investor, you can't be investing buying and selling the property every single. That would be more of like a fix and flip kind of situation. That I definitely don't think it's a market for right now.
For the
unless you get a crazy deal, I would not even.
I think you can get some pretty good deals right now, right? I think I've seen quite some properties drop pretty low. Like, things are selling for not even the appraisal values. Like, I've seen a couple properties. We have appraisal values coming in for way under. I've even seen properties go over 100% loan to value. Yeah. Where the mortgage exceeds the cost of the and things are happening on cars too, the same way. Yeah. Your car loan, you took a car loan a few years ago, and now that car is not selling for what you paid for the loan. So it's like, just keep the car, keep paying the loan.
You're underwater on it, yeah.
You're underwater on it, right? So what do you think? What do you think about that?
I think we just again we're going through like a kind of a correction phase, right? This had to happen. The market in 2020, I would say mid to late 2021, up till about 2023-ish, was insane. Yeah, like the way you were in the industry.
There's a wave.
We were working like dogs, literally, like left, right, and center. You know what I mean? I feel like there had to be kind of a cool down, and I think that's that cool down that we're in right now. Yeah. And just give it a little bit. It's gonna pick back up. It has to. Yeah.
So clients are often concerned about high interest private loans. How do you help them understand when private financing might be the right move?
So when you say high interest private loans, is that like a temporary thing to close the property, like on a bridge, or are you talking about like a high interest private mortgage?
I've seen people take first mortgage and second mortgage just to cover that. Like first mortgage is like alternative, and then second mortgage is private, and then that's just instead of being able to qualify for let's say a new first mortgage, right? So and it could even be like, you're taking a private loan on your home. Yeah. Right?
I think if you're in a situation like that, I think you're buying out of your price range. I think you should stick to what you can comfortably afford. If you have 3 mortgages on one property, in my opinion, it doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, to be honest.
You know what I think is that when clients put themselves into positions where they take on too much debt, we need to put them in a position where we can consolidate them and get them into a higher credit score. 100%. Right? So I find that, answering my own question, putting them into private loans might seem like a daunting thing at the time, but it can help you clean up your credit. It can help you qualify for a new first loan, right? Okay. So instead of being stuck in those alternative and the B lending category, yes, we might take on a little high interest private loan, but they're short term. We use them to pay off our existing debts, and then we refinance back for a new first, right? And I feel that really helps
as long as
a lot of clients.
You have the whole plan in place, it definitely makes sense. But if you're just getting 3 mortgages on one property, I don't think it's a smart idea.
Sometimes you have to take that third mortgage. You have to, but
that's the way.
That's the troubling times right now.
As long as you can afford it, that's all that matters.
So, Sam, how do you keep mortgage agents in the loop so financing surprises don't kill the transaction?
What I usually do is once when I have someone that's ready to either buy or sell, we kind of sit down and we get their financial planning out of the way. So like, what they're selling at, what they're purchasing for. Once we have those numbers down, I usually sit them down with the mortgage brokerage, right? Yeah. And once they sit down with the broker, they have a more clear picture as to what they can afford exactly. And that's that kind of adds a third person into the equation. Now
Right.
that third person is kind of always in the equation. It's like a triangle
Yeah.
going around until the property is closed,
Yeah.
right? So I don't usually have these hiccups simply because I pre-qualify the client.
Yeah.
I'm not purchasing anything and then running around trying to get a mortgage approval.
I had one file come in my office, and it was hilarious because we got the commitment done for the client, and the agent actually pushed back. It was a pre-con deal. The agent pushed back the closing, and he never told us, and so we weren't aware that the closing got pushed back, and this commitment is only valid for a certain amount of time.
100%.
Right. So that lack of communication, that commitment became invalid. So we had to start all over and kind of just like, okay, we can't go to the same lender. Now we have to go to a different lender, and we have to get an entirely new commitment. So if we just knew that the closing got pushed back, like that's why I say like good communication is really important.
That triangle that I'm talking about is not just it's a group chat essentially. You know what I mean? Where everyone is on the same page.
So let's talk about some memorable deals and lessons. What's a mistake you made early in your career that you would absolutely warn new agents to avoid?
I think not getting the right mentorship.
Right.
If you're going to sell pre-construction, make sure the people that you're around, the people that you're asking questions to, are selling pre-construction actively. Don't be asking a commercial agent on how to do a pre-construction deal. And that goes vice versa.
Right.
That I think is something that's very important. I made that mistake once on a deal. It was a very last minute thing, and I completely regret it. I'll never be doing that ever again.
Right.
Right. So I think it's very important to get the right mentorship, and just make sure that the kind of deals that you're doing, the person that you're asking or trying to ask for help on these deals, they do those kind of deals on a regular basis. So it's not new to both of you guys. Just because that guy's been in the industry for 15 years doesn't mean he's a master at every
craft in the trade.
Exactly.
Right?
So
even when you're building a house, right? Like, you have one guy who's doing everything, but there's people that specialize in every little
100%,
thing, right? Niche down and pick the guy that
the window guy is not laying the foundation, right?
Lay the foundation.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked with a difficult client or agent that taught you something important about negotiation or boundaries?
So difficult clients, I feel like I don't really attract those.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think I'm very, very... I think vetting the client and vetting the agent, for the client is a very important thing. So I only kind of work with people that I match with.
Yeah.
So I don't really get any difficult clients, to be honest. But when it comes to difficult agents, there's a bunch of those, right? So it's all these top producers.
Yeah. And I've had deals fall apart because the two agents don't like each other.
It happens all the time, man. It happens all the time.
So that's the hard thing.
People are very competitive, right?
Yeah.
We live in a competitive world, and this industry itself is known for this. So,
have you ever lost a deal because of choosing the wrong mortgage product? And how do you pivot afterwards?
Yeah. So this is actually a really funny one. So have a listen to this. I had this one client that I got. It was through an Instagram ad, and they had contacted me, and they were like, you know what, we're looking to purchase XYZ. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll take you around. Did a couple showings with them. I was like, are you guys pre-approved? They're like, yeah, we are. We're pre-approved. We're good to go. And after doing about a week of showings, they actually liked something. It was, again, this was in, I think, 2022, when the market was insane, right? Put our offer in, that was multiple offers, that, whatever. Negotiated our way into it, got the offer accepted. Yeah. I had asked them, do you have a pre-approval? They had given me a copy of this pre-approval. I submitted the pre-approval with the offer just to, make the offer look a little bit better. Everything's good. These guys are closing in 30 days. I think it was on the 26th day or it was maybe 25th or 26th
last
day.
Week.
It was a Saturday. Okay, I'm literally at the beach with my boys. Yeah. And I got a call from the client. Now, I had asked, I was like, who's this mortgage broker? They said, no, don't worry. It's a friend of a friend. They're really good at what they do. They've been doing it for 10 years. It's no problem. My job is the real estate part of it, right? I'm not really on the mortgage side, so I have no say in this. But that Saturday, I picked up the phone call, and they were like, Sam, we got to let you know, our mortgage didn't get approved.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's one of those things. 'Cause my job again is to close the deal, right? I have
Right.
to do whatever I have to do to make sure the client doesn't lose their deposit.
Right.
We had no finance condition in there because the client said they had the mortgage done. Now I think it was last minute running around here and there. They had to close privately. There was no options. 5 days before
Yeah.
that too on a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So um, yeah, that was one of those things where I think the the mortgage aspect of it was a very crucial thing, and
Right.
that's where I kind of learned that where it could happen 4 or 5 days before too.
Yeah, there's so many people in the industry, and just because he's like your cousin or your uncle or like your family member doesn't mean
Trust
he's
me,
gonna get the job done,
I've been saying
right?
that about realtors too, man. Come
I
on.
agree, right? So, in a crowded field, what specific tactics have helped you stand out and build repeat or referral business?
To be honest, majority of my business is actually referral based,
Yeah.
right? And that's simply because people are happy with me. People are happy with the way I work. I'm good at what I do, and that's why people are willing to work with me, right?
Yeah.
That's about it.
So, how do you balance social media marketing with one-on-one client relationships?
Okay, so social media marketing actually, I kind of just got into it, like fully. I
Yeah.
did a little bit of it, in the beginning. I kind of just got into it fully. So I haven't really reaped the benefits of the social media marketing as yet. I think you have to be like on a bigger scale. You have to be like all into your social media marketing in order for you to get a benefit out of it, right? So
Yeah.
I'm kind of stuck at that 400 or 500
Do you
follower
find
mark.
that like making these videos convert to leads or?
I look. I think it's good because it kind of when people Google you or when people search you up on Instagram, they're like, okay,
Yeah.
this person's legit. This person exists.
Credibility.
Exactly. That's all it is. It's just you just people don't think you're scamming them if you're online. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the
You know,
scary part.
you know what? Because me dancing on TikTok is gonna
Okay,
sell houses.
hey, look,
It's
I'm not
true
gonna
though,
judge you.
right? It's true though. You know what it is? It's like you want to be a friendly person,
100%.
right?
I
And
think
you
it's
want
very
to
important.
be somebody they can work with,
Exactly.
right? So
That's all it comes
if
down
I
to.
can make you laugh, I can we can work together. We can have fun. So Sam, I'm gonna switch into a little bit more serious side. I've seen a few deals, and this has been happening, quite a lot in the industry with agents who cut commissions to win business. Do you think this helps or hurts the industry?
Okay, so this is a very sensitive topic,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Um, Look, again, if you cut commissions, nothing against you. You know what I mean? You're doing your business the way you want to do it. I'm no one to say anything, right? But there's an industry standard, and that standard is there because the agent has expenses. Now, when I'm saying the agent has expenses, I have to get a proper photo shoot for your property. I have to stage your property. I have to make sure if there's any minor renovations needed, they have to be done. I then have to market the property. Now, for me to do all of that, and after the deal closes, still have enough money left over to pay myself, it's important for me to charge the, again, industry standard. Now, I've seen billboards out there for people that are listing for 0.5% right now.
Right.
Okay. On a $700,000 townhouse, let's say, that's $3,500 of commission.
Right.
Explain to me, Dhruv, how for $3,500 you can get a photo shoot done, stage, do minor renovations, and market the property
And pay your bills.
and pay your bills. I think it's impossible. So it's either your agent that's cutting the commission is either skipping one of those steps,
Yeah.
or they're just part-time agents, man. There's a lot of people that are just part-time agents, and they're just okay. See, your real estate agent is only going to be motivated if he's getting paid to do what he's supposed to do.
Right.
So if you're cutting commission,
Now, so I've had some stories, you're working with a buyer, last minute, they're gonna go to a family member and pay them like 1% commission, or you're gonna get undercut, right, by another agent. Somebody's gonna just make you do all the work, and last minute, a family member or somebody they know, whoever they have a relationship, they're just gonna do the paperwork through them because they already know what they want. They know what they want to buy. They know the price that they want to pay because you've done all the work. You've done all that work. How do you feel about those agents that are undercutting other agents to do those deals?
I mean, I have no comment for that. I feel like it's just karma. What goes around comes around. You know what I mean? You're undercutting people. Again, that's the kind of stuff that makes this industry seem a lot dirtier than it actually is.
Yeah.
If you run your business in a clean way, you're getting your clients, you're servicing your clients properly. Okay, the clients are paying you the way they should be paying you. These properties will be selling for what they're actually worth. They would be selling at those top dollar mark. You're seeing a lot of these properties that are listed by the uncle, the aunt, the
Yeah.
cousin, this that, and these properties you see them selling on the market, and you're like, they sold for like way under market value. And why
Right.
is that? Like when I'm saying way under market value, there's properties that I've seen recently, even in this this dead market, sell for almost $200,000 less than what I think that they're actually worth.
Because when there's 7 houses on the street, you're willing to just take any offer that comes your way, right?
That's
If it came to you and it didn't go to the other 6 houses, then
That's because
right.
you're not marketing it properly, so you're just gonna take whatever you get.
Right. Do you think the current market rewards agents who grind or specialize?
I think it's very important to have a niche. So I think the current market does,
Yeah.
because if you're looking for a good deal, you want to go to the agent that again is working in that exact area, that exact category of home or commercial property. It's very important. I think you're gonna get the best deal working with someone that knows exactly the product you're looking for.
So with interest cuts rumored later this year, how are you advising buyers and investors to position themselves?
All I can say is if you get a good deal, talk to your agent,
Right.
talk to your mortgage broker. If you qualify and you're getting a really good deal, just buy it and hold it.
Buy it and hold it.
Buy it and hold it, because it will come back up. It will bounce, and this time I feel like when the real estate market actually picks up and these prices go up, they're not coming down for a while,
Yeah.
if ever.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of sky's the limit, and if you can buy it, buy it. Look at New York, for example.
Right.
It's insane out there.
It's insane.
You know what I mean? San Jose, California. These places, it's like they've had all these dips,
Yeah.
right? Look at where they are now.
Right.
It's insane.
So looking ahead, what personal or business goals are you setting for the next 12 months?
I think personal goals, I kind of want to, again, like I said, I want to get into this social media game a little bit more. I need to
Right.
focus on that a little bit more. And for business, again, it's always to expand, right? I've started dabbling into a little bit of development now. So purchased a couple pieces of land, and I think I want to get into that. So let's see where life has to take me.
Awesome. So for our listeners who want to reach out, what's the best way to connect with you?
Okay, so you can reach me on Instagram. It's at the Sam Vohra. Okay, or you can give me a call, 647-524-9143. I will make sure you are pre-approved before we go out for showing. So if that's an issue, don't give me a call.
Pre-approval from Lending Hub guaranteed. Thank you, Sam, for the insights, and thank you to our audience. Don't forget to subscribe and keep your finger on the pulse.